Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Welcome to today's live stream. We are going to go ahead and go through the Misty Valley. It just opened, the second part of it actually today, so it is unlocked. I want to finish it. We ended at stage 11. As you can see, we're going to go through, we're going to do the stone, the silver, and the gold challenges. Again, to complete the Misty Valley and also get another copy of Pippa. Pippa we got up to Ascended. So we're going to continue. So Victory, Light Bearers, all heroes placed on frontline must be mages. So on this Misty Valley, they've actually changed up a lot of the requirements or the ways that you get these done, which is very interesting to see, kind of keeping it fresh and keeping it new. But we are going to need 2 mages. So let's go ahead and we'll finish this one. What's going on, Minty and Grady? Welcome to the live stream. Just hopping on really quick. I want to finish out the Misty Valley. That way we can get it taken care of. So we'll swap in our Light Bearer team here. Still don't have an opportunity to get anything to swap our own gear. So we're still manually swapping all of our gear, which gets a little boring over time. I wish I would have saved my free trial Pippa. Yeah, Pippa seems pretty good. Overall, it seems like she's going to have some pretty decent utility, which is good. And getting the free stuff, I absolutely love. We got a lot of emblems out of there. We got the frame. If you guys didn't see, we got the Pippa little avatar frame. So all heroes placed on the front line must be mages. There is the little Pippa frame. As you can see, the little dancing Pippa. We do have Theowen too. Trying to get Lucille or Lucreta as well. Best team to fight with Odin in the Abyssal Expedition. Kraken, it's really tough. The Abyssal Expedition, because it is kind of the test version of it. It's very difficult to say really what the best comp is going to be, because a lot of it is dependent on what relics you have. That's really the big one. So in this Abyssal Expedition, I went all celerity. So I used all celerity heroes. I used Iran, I used Cecilia, I used a lot of heroes on Odin when it came to the fight, because those are the heroes essentially that I built, and those are the heroes that did really well. So here we need 2 mages. So we can drop Ainz, can be one of our mages. Let's try it with Pippa. Pippa's a mage. We can probably unlock a little bit more. I just got a double watching the stream. Damon and Gorvo, very nice pull there. Damon and Gorvo, definitely a nice pull. Love both of those heroes. All right, so we need 2 mages. So we'll drop Ainz in there, which I know we're going to need a little support. So I got Rowan in there as well. I'm not sure how these heroes are just getting a lot of random relics, but I have been seeing a lot of random relics. And then we'll go with Pippa. Then we'll stick with, let's say, the rest of our Light Bearer team here. Or actually, let's go with Wilders. We'll try to make this easy to try to keep all of these heroes off of here. So what do you guys got going on tonight? Very easy to run through the Misty Valley. Just takes time. That's why I really wanted to run through here tonight, because this does take quite a bit of time to get the Misty Valley. So we'll do Pippa in the front. We will do Ainz in the front. And then let's go with Rowan in the back. Not sure how this is going to turn out, but we can definitely try it out. Boom. There's the alt. Look at the hit points Ainz does. Double alt right there. That's it. 37 million damage. Makes it very easy if he's putting out 37 million damage. I'm doing the labs. Yeah, I finished the labs earlier today on the accounts. So I still have to do the Misty Valley, and I still have to do a lot of the Misty Valley on a lot of accounts. So we have a lot of running for the Misty Valley. Waiting on Mythic Relics, but hopefully with Ranger class will the splash of support. Yeah, I'm doing the same right now. Kraken, I'm just waiting on relics. That's all essentially that I'm doing right now. Just sitting tight, building relics, waiting on more essence. We're sitting on the boss. So essentially we attack the main boss one time And then we're just sitting there, which I think don't even think I paid any attention to what, I think it was Wilders we needed. Or no, Maulers. I think it was Maulers we needed. Victory, Maulers, achieve victory without a hero dying. All right. So let's swap in our Mauler team here. Sophia, super powerful. Scrag, of course. And I think that Tinking Relic's going to be really good. Then we also did get Nimisu. Nimisu, we're getting up and built. So I'm thinking even out of here, because not only are we going to get a lot of Poe coins out of here, we're going to get elite and we're going to get rare stones. So we're going to have an opportunity to build a lot more heroes just from the ones we're going to be pulling out of here. This one's kind of tough. Entendre is a little difficult to deal with, but I'm hoping with Sophia's Spectral Disruption it'll help us. Or we'll just get melted, which is what we see a lot of times. Satrana is very hard to deal with as well. But that a little bit better there. Maulers versus Maulers. This one's going to be tough. See Entendre in the back. Let's try Drez and we'll do... Might need Nimisu in this one. But Titus is dying in just a matter of seconds. This was the one, if you guys remember, when they started the Abyssal Expedition, this is the one that everyone completely just lost their mind about because you couldn't beat 5 Maulers. So let's swap Rowan in here and see how the support does. Because nobody could beat the 5 Mauler. The 5 Mauler camp, there was not many players that finished out the 5 Mauler camp just for the simple fact that they got destroyed too quick. Too much damage too quick. So I'm hoping the potions will help a little bit. A little bit of the stun, the healing. Boom. Falling Sun. Might be able to do it twice. Easy to get it done with Rowan. That is why Rowan is the hero that he is. Absolutely amazing with Rowan. It's crazy to see just how good Rowan is. How's the AE going? Good. We are stacked on the final boss, which I can show you guys right here. We are stacked. I'm just under about 92, 93, 9,200. Here we are stacked on the final boss, just waiting. That's it. We're just waiting for relics at this point. Saving to buy this Diligent one next. Already picked up Mercy and Malice. So just essentially camping is really all that we're doing. I need to do a little more damage. That'll take me to Duke. And then, of course, we just have to go to Prince and we will be done. So it's going to be relatively quick to wrap up the AE. Right now, we're just testing. Right now, we're just testing formations to see, because the next Abyssal Expedition, remember, is going to be the live Abyssal Expedition, meaning that there's going to be leaderboards. So we got to see what teams are going to work and what teams are going to work really well in the expedition. On my main account, the AE kind of died out, unfortunately. We got right to the boss, and I'm not 100% sure exactly what has happened, but they haven't really made any progression at all in the boss in days. It has been days since they've pushed any progression, even moving down to the boss. It's been a long time. I used Isolde with signature 30 with furniture and Voyage of Wonders. He makes all seed. Oh, yeah, that's true. We could run some Isolde in here. Yeah, through the Misty Valley. Yeah, Isolde does really well in here. So does Damon. Damon has a similar effect because you only have to run 4. Wilders, Thane and Rain. That's a very interesting combination. Thane and Rain. I don't think we have either one built. We have no Thane. We have no Rain. All right, so we're going to have to be... I'm thinking Iran. We'll run Iran and Tassie with Rowan, Thane, and Rain. Let's try it. Casual is going to place first. We might. Remember the next one. What I'm hoping in this one is that the trading hub is going to be open. They haven't said anything about the trading hub, if the trading hub is going to be up. I'm really, really hoping that it's going to be, but I don't know. That we still have to see. If they're actually going to give us items inside the hub. I'm thinking here we might have to level up Thane and Rain. I'm just not doing it because I'm being lazy right now. But I think even if we put Iran maybe up front. See, we got an early knockback, which doesn't help. Or we'll just have to swap Isold in here. To see, because we can always swap in Isold, we can always swap in Damon, because he's fully geared out short of the signature item. Have you watched Vulcan's vids about the 4 horsemen? I think I caught part of it, Minty. Is that where he was just building like the more undesirable heroes? I guess that's how you kind of put it. Which I think, like I said, I think I caught a little bit of it. I think Isold's still going to get destroyed here. Because I don't think he's going to have enough time to scale. Maybe? Oh, he still went down. Like I said, I might have to level up Thane and Rain so they just don't die instantly. All right, we dropped him out there. Which I think I cleared out a little bit of the resonating crystal. And that's why I actually did it. So here is Thane. Here is Rain. All right, now let's try it. The trading hub is such a letdown. Yes, absolutely. Rage, the trading hub is a huge, huge letdown. Even if you're buying items, the majority of the time the items are really expensive. I had a lot of hopes for the trading hub, but overall super, super disappointed with how they did the trading hub overall. It just didn't, it doesn't make sense. For them to give you unbound dragon crystals after the Abyssal Expedition, again, didn't make sense because you couldn't spend them. It didn't make sense that you couldn't buy the items that you earned. Essentially in the trading hub was what we learned from the last Abyssal Expedition. So again, it was a little disappointing to see that Lilith didn't really think that through all the way, because that would have been really cool if you could have actually been rewarded with the crystals when you killed the boss, and then once the boss was dead, you could buy the items or the chests essentially that you earned. Would be nice to see. That's what I was kind of hoping for, but that is not how Lilith set up the event, and that's not how Lilith did it. No, I mentioned Yeah, a lot of people didn't get any crystals because if you didn't get some of the endgame chests, no one spent money to buy them. If they didn't spend any money to buy them, the bound or the unbound dragon crystals, most players didn't get any. A lot of players didn't get any of the crystals. So I saved all of my crystals out of the last Abyssal Expedition, and they've actually been sitting here. So there's my 980, so hopefully we can get some. The bound ones I did spend in here, but I'm just saving my 980 that I got next, so at least I can bid on a chest, essentially, which would be nice. I think I got less than 30 direct. Yeah, Pixel, and that's what a lot of people have said. Have you used the free customizable? Yes, I did, Minty. I used it, I think, yesterday. So Graveborn and then Victory with 5 different faction heroes. So we'll swap our Graveborn in here. Yep, I did use the bundle yesterday. Which will go, we got Shamira maxed out, which is awesome. Damon, I think Isold. Pharrell. It is relatively easy running through here and compared to how difficult the first Misty Valley was. The first Misty Valley, everyone kind of threw a fit, and I think Lilith learned that it was very, very hard to go through And that was the reason that they kind of made quite a few adjustments for it. Let's go this route. Can you please show Ain's team combo? SS with Ain's, really the only thing that you need to focus on with Ain's is survivability. That's the only thing that people are working Ain's with. Running with Rowan, running with Tassie, running with Arthur, running with just a group of heroes that are going to completely support Ain's, because essentially the only thing that you are looking to do, and the one and only thing that you're looking to do, is to get Ain's to ult. That's all you're looking for, is Ain's to ult. Once Ain's does his ult, it's pretty much game over. Once you get him to ult, you pretty much win, which is nice. So I think I'm going to drop probably Sophia in here. Should be good. We just need a different factions. What's going on, Mystical Wolves? I didn't get any last Dragon Crystals in the last 8. Yeah, if you didn't kill the boss, you didn't pick up any. Yep, Daniel, we're just swapping in here. I still cannot figure out a way to have Streamlabs schedule a stream. I tried for a little bit yesterday. It'll schedule a stream, and then when I actually do the stream, it is not the same stream. It creates a new stream or a new thread, essentially, in YouTube, which I don't like. So buy time for Ain's. Yes, exactly. Pixel Foxy, exactly the same. He just needs time. That's it. So pretty much same as Sophia, it is protect the hero. Same with Ain's is protect the hero. You just need him to ult. If you combine a lot of combinations that I've been seeing is running Ain's with Rose, with Rosaline. Because if he can double ult, especially if you have a signature item where the ult has no cooldown, you can essentially double or triple ult and kill pretty much the entire team very, very fast. You can nuke the entire team super fast. Which is just the kill power that they put into Ain's is absolutely crazy, because he can ult and then ult a second time, and that's pretty much it. Pretty much just killed the whole entire team just from the double ult that he does. Streamlabs bugs a little. Yeah, that's what I found because when I schedule a stream through Streamlabs, like I said, it puts the schedule up. It doesn't allow me to change the thumbnails. It doesn't change any of that. I can do it in YouTube, but then when I change it in YouTube, it changes it again. It's a little bit of a different setup. What's going on, Joshua? Thanks for joining the live stream. First felt like it was... Yes, exactly, Rage Gamer. The very, very first, if you guys remember the Misty Valley the first time, it was just so over-tuned. It was crazy. It was crazy how tough the first Misty Valley was. As you can see here, relatively easy. Still no button to switch our gear. Again, not yet. But I think it's coming. One day it's going to have to come. All right, so we have to kill the two backline, I think it was two backline heroes first. So let's see what we can do here. This is pretty much run Iran till it goes. JP Gaming, you're so close. Yes, 13K, we are so close. I figured in the next couple of days, kill two backline enemies first. We don't have Skrast gear. So Iran is going to have to go up front because I need two backline heroes first. So we can go with Pippa. We'll try to kill Pippa. Cetrana might be a little bit of a problematic hero, but we'll give this a couple times. If we can kill Pippa... Oh, Pippa got banished. We can try with Lucreta. Can't have Pippa get banished. What's going on, Shen? It's going good. We are trying to kill two backline enemies so we can finish up this one. I'm thinking if we can go this route. which we might not even kill any backline enemies here. Pippa is tough, as you just seen there. We can swap out Tassie. We can pick up. Let's pick up Pippa and go this route. So I'm wondering if, well, Iran died pretty quick there too. Might have to get Taylene because Taylene goes back row as well. Have casuals already killed the second boss in AE? We're on the final boss right now, Daniel. We're just sitting on the final boss, waiting essentially for essence. That's all we're waiting for at this point is just essence. I use Gwen to shoot the back line. Yeah, that might actually be a really good thought because I didn't even catch that one. Yeah, we can swap in. We can swap in Gwen, which hopefully it'll hit who Iran pulls in. Again, might take a couple times, but right there they're on fire. And that's how tough it is with Lucreta. Lucreta is super, super tough to deal with, if you guys haven't seen. Who do you think I should build, Zorrath or the Big Gluten? Shane, honestly, from what I've heard from a lot of different people, I'm going with Zorrath. Zorrath, especially with furniture, is pretty broken from my understanding. So I would go with Zorrath. I mean, Zorrath seems to be a good choice. And like I said, Zorrath has been pretty broken from my understanding. Even there, I don't even know what happened in that one. We don't need more heroes. We need a remove all. Yes, exactly, Mystical Wolves. If we had a remove all gear button, I would be very, very happy. That would be awesome to see. I think we're going to have to swap up the team a little bit to get some gear and actually take out this stage because we did all Wilders. Let's go with Light Bears. We'll go with Light Bears and we'll go with... We'll actually gear her out. Get here a little artifact. We'll get Rowan. We'll get Lucius. Try to keep everyone alive with doing kind of minimal damage. Cecilia is going to go back line, so that would help quite a bit. And maybe Rose. Maybe we'll drop Rose in here. Go with this combination. What would you recommend as replacing for Rowan in the Damon team comp? Joshua, do you have any summons? Do you have any like desired summons that you can pick up Rowan? Because Rowan is really, really important, and Rowan is built in a majority of team comps. You will need Rowan. So let's go there. So she can go right there. This might actually work. If we can get some flaming arrows and Lucius doesn't die off the bat. But of course, Rose is following Rowan. That's a lot of times why I don't run Rose. Because that's a lot of times what I find out. But let's see. See, Lucreta is very tough. Maybe we'll just drop Taylene in here, see how we do. Hey, thanks for the contribution. Oh, you're welcome. I absolutely love making the videos. I use Gwen to shoot the back line. Yeah, we're trying that now. It doesn't seem to be working very well. Seems like Gwen's getting killed off pretty quick. Actually, Lucius is just getting destroyed there. We might have to swap Arthur into this team comp to get this one down. It's a pretty unique enemy formation that we're fighting here. But I see Lucius keeps just getting drug in, which Arthur's level 1 might not work with level 1. We got to fuse him with someone. I wish you could choose who Rose follows. Yes, absolutely. I would love if I could choose exactly who I wanted Rose to follow. That would be very, very cool to see if you could just set it. This is why you build Kelthar. Yeah, there you go. So this is why we need Kelthar. Kelthar we need for this specific formation. And I wonder if we do put Tassie up, or not Tassie, Taylene up front. Drop out Lucius. Let's see. Trying to think. Maybe just some RNG with Ainz. Because I knew Taylene would die pretty quick. I know Cecilia's over there. But I don't know who Ainz is going to kill. I didn't know if it was going to be the back line first or if he was going to kill the front line. Could use Iran to kill Pippa and Nara to kill Nara because Drez has the retreat ability. Yeah, I noticed that with the shield ability. Very, very tough. I'm just not sure why the front heroes are going down so quick. See, Ainz just got run over there, which I figured. I didn't think this one would be so hard. All right, so we're going to have to put... can you give us some insight about what relics we should invest for the boss? The relics are specifically what tree you're doing is really the big one. Let's look at stage infos. What was our gold door? What did Hobby do? Saurus, Iran in the front. We can go with that. Saurus, Iran, Tass, or Saurus, Iran. So we'll do Saurus, Iran just like that. Put Taylene in the top. And then was it Rowan? I think that was about it. I don't remember the last one off the side of my head. I used Gwen, Pharrell, Arthur. Well, we know that combination works because we can see that combination that worked. Might just have to, unless I was at a different door. There's Gwen. There's Ainz in the middle, which that's an interesting, look at that. 5 of our hypogen, or dimensional heroes. Albedo and Arthur. That's actually a pretty cool combination. That's true with Ezio. Didn't think about Ezio. Ezio and Nakaruru. And then Ezio and Nakaruru. I know they don't have any gear, which will probably make a really big difference, but kind of an interesting combination there. I was playing Memecraft. What? All right, let's know. So we know that that combination works. So we will just gear up our dimensionals and we will run it till we get it complete. I could see definitely with Ezio, just because of the finishing move there, that we should be able to get this down relatively quick. Nakaruru, Ezio. This is where I think Thane would be good with his furniture. Yeah, Gwen seems really good here, especially Kelthar. Kelthar, just like Cecilia, back line can absolutely destroy heroes very, very quickly. But Albedo dies really quick there. Ezio still might be able to get this down. Front line's both up. Both front lines are still up. So that should be it. Boom. There we go. I don't. In fact, I'm getting stuck, and I know Rowan would make a huge difference trying to push without him now. Yeah, Rowan is really a super solid support hero when it comes to progression. When it comes to progression, when it comes to a lot of stages, when it comes to a lot of comps in general, Rowan is probably one of these support heroes that will push through a lot of stuff. Achieve victory in 15 seconds. Well, we can try this one. I don't think we're going to do 15 seconds unless we can get Ainz to ult. But I didn't know if we could get him to ult that quick. We're close. I think we should be able to get this. Let's try with Arthur. I like the aura that Arthur puts out for Ainz. Nope, this is probably going to be just an Iran one. Did you see what I said? All right, buddy, thanks. And I almost have Arthur. I bought 3 of the 4 you need to summon. Yeah, I've been... Arthur on my accounts, on my faction accounts, have been very, very difficult. I didn't even look at the faction. which I think it was light bears again. I think we already rotated back to stage 16 light bears. With buying Albedo and buying Eins, having to not only gear the heroes up, but buying stuff for them I haven't had a chance to build Arthur on any of the faction accounts just because of the amount of heroes that we've had to, or the amount of resources we've had to use, because I bought Nakaruru and I bought Ezio for most of them. So just like you guys, because remember, on my faction accounts, I don't spend anything on them. So we've been literally just saving resources just like you guys for months and months at this point, trying to save resources, trying to get done what we need to. The full dimensional team comps are pretty cool, Blaine. Don't really use them very much, but I've seen quite a few. They seem to work relatively well. Even here, Oden is very difficult to deal with. I'm thinking we might just have to either Taline or Isolde is going to be able to get these down pretty. How's the pay to win looking? What's going on, Gail? Very, very good. Made a lot of progression. We got Pippa up to Ascended. Just finishing out the Misty Valley here. And I think I'm going to swap. Thinking Gwen. We'll just take the gear. We'll swap it on Isolde. Because usually he gets strong enough and scales enough that he can pretty much just run over most heroes. Which is good, but I don't think we used... Yeah, we did put Folks in there. So we'll take Folks out. We'll try it. After you unlock Arthur from the store, when do you get the dimensional chest for the emblems? As soon as you unlock him. As soon as you create Arthur, Shane, the emblems will show right up in there. So as soon as it is completed, it'll pop right up there. You'll see the emblems actually pop right up in there. Which I think we took off Estrilda's gear. I think I just messed that up. But we got shield. We should be good with Isolde as long as he scales. Should I get Arthur over Eins because I don't have a good tank? Honestly, it's up to you, Darren. But the big difference is if you're free to play or if you're putting money into the game. Because if you miss out on Eins right now, you are not going to be able to get... Oh, welcome, Bobby. A supporter for the channel. Like I was saying, if you don't buy Eins now, you're actually going to miss out on getting him. So you're going to have to purchase him later if you don't pick up Eins now. So if you actually do not buy him, like I said, you're going to have to pay money for him later. Where Arthur, you'll still get. Arthur's still going to stay in the shop. Arthur is still going to be there for you when you need Arthur. But Eins will not be. Eins will be purchase only. So it's either pick him up now or you might not be able to pick him up later. Essentially is going to be the problem. Who is better, Lucius or Belinda? Dark Guy really depends. Depends what you need. If you have damage, Belinda does really, really well. Lucius does really well. Early game, mid game, even a little bit into late game, Lucius will do well. Which I'm thinking we have to kill the team in 15 seconds. So maybe we'll just swap Eins back in here. So I'm going to go with the Iran kill power is what I'm thinking. Iran Lycosaurus. Arthur has done a lot more than Eins. Yeah, and like I said, that's kind of the big thing is if you ever do want to pick up Eins, essentially you are just going to have to buy them. You're going to have to buy him at that point. If you didn't get him originally, you're going to have to purchase him. So it's really up to your preference. Me personally, I would just get Eins because Eins is free to play. Which here I'm going to have to figure out because we're about 5 seconds shy. I figured Iran would probably get it done. But let's see what we got here. So Eins, there it is, with the twins. Could do twins with Iran. Let's swap the twins in there. It's near impossible to save enough resource for Ainz and Albedo. It's really, really close. Plus, it also depends on what they give us. If Lilith actually gives us the ability to add in a couple more things or get a couple more events, do a couple more events, offer us couple more summons. Even like they just gave us that code for 1,000 diamonds. If you haven't seen the code for 1,000 diamonds, essentially with the 1,000 diamonds, you can do another summon. That way you get more resources that way. It's just going to take time. It's going to be really, really close overall. And I'm hoping the twins we can just alt early like they did. See, it's just going to be Rigby. Might have to move it up a little bit. I was hoping the twins would be able to do it. I know Saurus is really strong too, though. So we might just even swap out Rowan, swap in Saurus. Let's see how this does. Yeah, Ainz is amazing. I mean, the damage he puts out, as you can just see right there, he puts out a ton of damage. 2 seconds shy. Might have to swap this up to take out Rigby. It seems like Rigby in the bottom. Still 2 seconds shy. Yeah, Almas. You're it. You're probably spot on with Almas. He's such a hero that just needs some love. Almas, yes. Totally needs a rework. Almas 100% needs some help. Hoping maybe we get a good crit here. I think we got it. We should have it. 2 seconds to spare. We got it. There we go. Haste boost for Ainz with Arthur. Yes, Gail, that is very, very powerful. The combination of those two does a ton of damage. That's one of the combinations one of the combinations I run. Did you see what I said? It's up top because it's too funny. Kind of funny to know your account is tank centric when you. Yeah, so Shane's just running all tanks. So if he's running 4 tanks, you're not going to have the best luck there if you're running all 4 tanks, Shane. Don't rework Almas. Minty, you know what's going to happen. If you guys don't know, Minty fed Almas, so Minty doesn't have an Almas. That's why we're all pushing so hard for an Almas rework, is because Minty fed his Almas. Just like we say, never feed heroes, Minty fed his Almas. So his Almas is gone to the RNG gods. Almas needs... Yeah, Flying Chicken with Almas, with him being a tank, he doesn't really have any attributes of a tank. He gets absolutely destroyed in the tanking role, which, I mean, what else needs to be said? If you have a tank that can't tank, doesn't really make much sense at all because he can't tank. I think this one might just be... Oh, Sophia got... Sophia got banished, which is always a fun one. To be honest, instead of doing the dimensional changes, they just permanently add them to the lab store. Yeah, what I would like to see flying, what I think would be a pretty cool kind of alternative to it, is in the lab store. So if you bought, let's say, Wukong, or they put them, either more of them in a lab store, or if they put more of the ability to build them in the stores, essentially. Here we might have to swap out Rowan. Let's try Iran. We'll just pull everyone together here. See, some of these team comps, and Maulers are struggling for real, because we need 4 Maulers. We can put Scarath in here, but we don't have his furniture, so this really isn't going to help very much. Pulled a little bit together. But might be a little bit. Save me from Bill. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Almas just needs some love. We just need some support for Almas. Should I get Ascended Chimera, but I will have to use 2 legendary fodder, or should I get Damon to Mythic? Honestly, those two, I would probably go Damon. We know Damon, the power that he has is very, very strong. Damon is such a solid carry hero that even a lot of the formations that people are building around Damon are just absolutely incredible. The formations he can carry by himself. So you really don't need another hero because Damon can completely carry teams by himself, which is crazy, but he can. He can carry teams completely by himself. Sophia needs to, yeah, that's what I'm kind of waiting for. As you can see, she just got a double banish there, which doesn't really help. I was hoping Taylene would help a little bit in here, but boom, there's the banish. Got 1 attack, 2 attacks, and then to a banish again. So maybe pulling, see, Maulers were pretty limited here. Maybe pulling in Nemesu, put up some totems, put up some healing. Nope, gonna die. What heroes do I think are underpowered? I think Brutus. Brutus definitely needs a rework. I feel like he could do way, way better than he does or than he is doing. A couple other heroes can definitely use a rework. Trying to think just kind of offhand. K-Sauce. I know I've heard a lot of stuff lately about his furniture. With K-Sauce's furniture being possibly kind of viable again. How much does it take to get a signature item from plus 30 from plus 20? I think it's 2 or 300. Is it 300? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's 300 chests exactly to take it all the way up. So with those 3, we're not living enough. So let's try Taylene. Hoping Taylene maybe with an alt. Yeah, I know. Use a different 5th hero than Taylene. Yeah, I'm just kind of swapping them out because we know this team might work. They're quite a bit stronger than we are. And Satrana is very tough to deal with. But see, even there, Taylene alted, and that didn't make a difference at all. All right, we'll do the same. Let's look at what we got here with our Mauler teams, actually. So we got, there's Taylene. So this is pretty much the team comp I'm running, short of Skarath. So we'll do Titus. That'll be an interesting combination. Titus with Taylene, Sophia on top. So Titus with Taylene. We'll give it a try or two. But see, it's just that banish, man. Because remember, this team has a whole different power level than the other one. Did you see how I negated that with who I bound them to? No, I didn't see that, Shane. Bonus fell off even harder with the introduction of Albedo. Yeah, Brutus is one that definitely needs a rework. Drez, I don't know what's going on with Drez here. I think maybe we'll swap out. Let's try Skarath. So Skarath's going to group them up. That's what I'm hoping. Sophia's just not doing anything this battle. Yeah, we're having some, I guess you were right. I've seen a couple with Taylene. Like I said, I feel like it might be Drez. I think Drez might be just holding us back a little. Let's try even going with taking out Drez. Because I know Entendre goes right to the back line. Yeah, we're just getting destroyed in this one. Yeah, I was waiting on a Cirrus rework. Yeah, Flying Chicken. Cirrus as well. He's another hero that kind of has needed a rework and has needed a rework for quite a while, honestly. Just need something. Some of these heroes that nobody uses, they have to come up with something to do with them, essentially. Which even here, I think Skarath and Nemisu might not be wearing anything either. So we got Sophia. Screg will take it off. Let's drop out Drez. So we'll go Titus, because remember, we need 4. I'm thinking 4 and then Isolde. Let's do 4, and then we'll go full out gear on Isolde. We'll see if he can run it. Try Nara against Tassie. Yeah, if Isolde doesn't do it, we'll swap it up a little bit, but I want to see if Isolde can pull this one out. So right here, then we'll swap out. We geared him up. He's got gear. Swap out Nemisu. We'll swap in. If we can get Isolde a little bit of time, so he's going to die too quick. If you don't have the Drez shield leveled, yeah, I have him at plus 10, but as you can see, he's dying relatively quick. We can even try this. See, we're not even, and I think a lot of it is with Orthos. Orthos doing the negating. I have Cirrus to 5 stars, so rework exactly, Blaine, would be absolutely amazing, especially you having him at 5 stars. Let's go with Nara. So we'll try the Nara and Tassie trick. But usually Tassie will just teleport away, and then we will get picked off that way. So Nara and Tassie. Usually, like I said, Tassie will just teleport right away. But maybe. This one's just going to be a pain in the butt. They need to implement Sirius's self buff a lot more. Maybe make his weapon strength and skill permanent. Yeah, that I know a lot of people who have used Cirrus. Back in the day, Cirrus used to be really, really good. As of recently, not at all. I don't know anyone, just like a lot of the other heroes, that runs Cirrus, that runs essentially a lot of the heroes that people have seen or people use. They're not using them at all. A lot of heroes have just taken the backseat, just like Brutus. Nara has to pull someone towards her. We're on 17, so we're almost done with this. Maybe Damon will be the trick, because we still do need our 4 Maulers. But now we're just getting Damon banished. But we'll give this a couple tries. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, was Damon. A made me hate Orthos. Yes, Orthos is very, very tough in the Abyssal Expedition. So is Thorin. If you guys haven't dealt with Thorin in the Abyssal Expedition, good luck to you. Super, super tough dealing with Thorin in the Abyssal Expedition. It's crazy how strong a hero can be. We got that one down. Look at that. Namora and Pippa with Maulers. So we need Namora and Pippa. All right, so we'll put in, we can just do Wilders. Glad we got that one down. But again, this is the reason I wanted to hop on here, answer some questions, go through the stream, get this one done. So we need Pippa and we need Namora. Namora we don't have. So Namora we're going to have to pop in here as well. Which Rain we can drop out. Let's try it, because I know we already have Pippa. Let's just try it as is. I think maybe this combination can maybe can kill this one without having Namora leveled up, is what I'm hoping. Might take a... Brutus can find a place sometimes when you need a unit that won't die. Yeah, and that's... So some people have been running Eins with Brutus. That way Brutus has the ability to build up kind of the immunity shield so he's not dying fast enough to get killed, essentially. So they're using Brutus. You can Merc a Namora. Yeah, we'll give this a couple tries. If this doesn't work, we're going to have to pick up a Namora. Which, again, the level deficiency that we're running into is kind of crazy. But I was hoping with Iran and a little bit of crowd control, see, we might be able to get it done. Let me see if we have anyone worked. We have no one, so let's see. Where is Namora? I'm not sure if Hashmir is on. If any of you guys are on, let me know. Well, there's my own account. I'm not sure if Lumi's on either. So no Rez, no, he'd be here. Where's his? There's Yorit. So let's see. Drop me a Namora if you got one. We'll check. We'll give it just a minute. I'll give it a couple tries and then we'll come back and check. Damon, you can see. Yeah, Damon's an absolute destroyer. Just, it's so overpowered having him built. It's crazy to see just how well he does. I'm hoping Pippa just with the RNG crowd control, especially with the double CC. See, we should have this one down. There we go. Pippa with Tassie. I'm telling you now, Pippa with Tassie is such a cool combination. Brutus doesn't, I don't think he lowers defense, but his roar makes it immune to dodge. The heroes can't dodge. I'm not sure about the defense reduction. If anyone knows, let me know. Battle, Wilders, which we already have Wilders, which is good. I know his roar can actually mitigate, gets rid of dodge. You can't dodge when he roars. True Damon is not... Yeah, Damon's an absolute destroyer. You can use Ezio as a Thorin counter. I've tried it a couple times. What I've realized worked is either Ezio in there for the Thorin counter or Nakaruru with the stuns. Nakaruru can actually... all heroes placed on the front line must be Rangers. Now that shouldn't be too hard. Nakaruru can actually... Because she's a Ranger too, right? Nakaruru does really good with the stuns, like I was saying, to lock down units. So Nakaruru, really good in the Abyssal Expedition. Cecilia, really good in the Abyssal Expedition as well. Pharrell seems to do a lot of damage because he can AoE damage when he ults, not only putting up the spirits, he does a lot of damage in AE. Wait, what? Yeah, that was your Nomura. We beat it with no Namora, or at least a level 1 Namora. Achieve a victory, Graveborn. Slay at least 4 non-summoned enemies during the battle with Eins. Alright, so this one, slay at least 4 non-summoned allies. So this one, we got to go Graveborn, and we got to go Eins in this one. So we'll go Graveborn, and then we'll pick up. Then we'll gear out Eins and we'll just let him... We'll run a support team with Eins. So here we'll go 1. Should work pretty well. And you know what? Since we got the gear, we'll go with Chimera too. This is kind of the go-to relic. As you've seen, Dura's Eye, the blade really took a back seat for everything. Once you can equip the eye on multiple heroes because you want the speed. You want the attack speed. That's kind of the priority. So here we got Nara. We'll grab Nara with Pharrell because he can be an absolute pain. We'll see how this does. Should I do Leica 20 or 30? Max, depends who you have built. Leica does really well at a plus 30 because of the damage output. So Leica will do really well, but there's a lot of other heroes that you can kind of prioritize before Leica. There's quite a few that I would kind of prioritize definitely before Leica. This one we might need support. Support might be something that we just might need here to get Damon or Isolde, which as you can see they're Pharrell with his spirits. So we have double energy burn in the back, which is very, very strong. Could even swap in down here, try to take care of Oden. But as you can see, just getting absolutely destroyed up front. Not much of the tanking going on. Ezio has to re-alt, which makes Thorn pop back up. Yeah, it depends when he kills him. Really depends in there when he kills him. I think we just took everything off of Euron. Zephyriel's pretty good. Especially, the thing with Zephyriel is he takes a lot of investment, essentially. Let's swap in, see if we can get energy. Nope. I did Rowan SI 30 since he's S hero. I have Shamira carry at 22. Start working on Wilders. Yeah, the Wilders are definitely endgame. By far, you run them pretty much for a majority of the game. Which here we probably just need a tank. Again, I'm getting lazy, not swapping around gear. Zephyriel seems to really burst down. Yeah, whenever you fight Zephyriel, he's very, very tough to deal with. Might just swap in Talene for this one. See if we can get this done. As long as should be able to keep some heroes up. Yeah, Leica gives energy to everyone. Very, very cool. This is a slow chat, but he still only reads one message every minute. Yeah, I focus a lot more on the game than going through and reading all of the messages. Leica, Oden and Pharrell allow us to introduce ourselves. What's that, Hiorit? Maybe we'll just grab Pharrell. We got an Oden stun, which is pretty early. Which if we can get Talene back up, might help. There we go. Took a little bit, so slay at least 4 non-summon enemies with Ainz. So this one... Trying to think the team comp we should use with Ainz. Pretty much support like we talked about earlier. Because he'll do really well with the call. She can keep him alive. I need her furniture. So we'll get support there. We'll do support with Rowan. And I think that's about everything. That should be good. Maybe we'll go ahead and throw some gear on Saurus. All we want to do is keep him alive. That's pretty much it. Which heroes are overrated? Overrated, honestly, most of them do well. Most of them have a place. I think overrated or overused, I guess. There's not really too many heroes that I feel are really overused, which, of course, we have them linked. But let's see if we can just get Ainz to live. I'm hoping we can get a double ult, which I think he got all 5 kills there. Yep, so he got all 5 kills there. That's it, just once he ults. I only have two Ascended Rowan and Swords, both at SI 20. Who should I invest in? Do SI 30 first? Honestly, for the SI 30 or 30, between those, I would probably go Rowan. Rowan is kind of Taileen's number one when you're investing in signature items. Rowan's number two by far. Plus 30 source is an absolute monster when it comes to bosses, but Rowan with the energy potion will do very, very well as well. So this one, it's got to be Celestials and it has to be Hypogens. So we'll swap our gear out here. We'll stay with those. We'll go with Taleen and we'll go with the twins since we have them kind of built out. Is Celerity still... So far, Alex, Celerity and Might have been the best. Might is actually doing a ton of damage, which is really, really cool to see. Those are the two that have been doing exceptionally well. Should have probably moved Ainz down, but remember, he cannot be CC'd at the beginning any longer. That was one of the hot fixes that they did. So I think do not trigger ultimate abilities more than one time in battle, which that's a really, really good pack there. But even though it's a pay-to-win account, we're trying to save a little for the moment because I know there's going to be quite a few more things coming. So we need no ults. So you know what? Let's stick. I'm thinking we can just stick with the same team. Even though the twins aren't going to do anything, so let's swap in Rowan for now. We're just going to focus on Ainz. There's our one alt. I think it said don't use more than one. I think that might be it. Boom. So that should do it, folks, for the Misty Valley. So we can pick up our chest, get a lot of red chests, get a couple elite stones. All right, so let's run through. So stage one, I believe that is it. Fully cleared again, which is good. Make sure you fully clear this. Not only the last chest is you want all the poke coins, you want all of the resources in here. Everything that you get out of here, you absolutely want. Tree juice, here we're just going with all elites, red chests. Pippa we're still gonna get because Pippa we wanna build, we wanna add stars. Here we're just going for our tier 2 stone to continue adding. And then of course our final one would just be red chests as well. But there is our treasure trove. Look at that, 3 more heroes plus a copy of a hero. So 4 heroes in total, 20 more chests, which are good. Included with that though is a ton of chests here. 10,000, 17,000 there. So we should gain probably a couple more levels. Level 334 already. I use Torn with Pharrell, Citrina, and Gwen for the anti-heals. Torn is really good. Since I built Torn does exceptionally well that I've seen. And thank you, Yorit, for giving me the Nomura. Torn being built, especially having a signature item in furniture, very, very good. Does anyone that Yukio, using Yukio later in the game? Not too many people. I don't see many people at all using Yukio either. I have a signature item unlocked, but most people, I don't really see anyone using Yukio. He was kind of one that was pay to win. The only way you could get him was to purchase him. Finally beat a stage with the Damon carry. He did like 200k times more damage. Yes, Dark Hearted, and that's exactly what he will do. He will just absolutely carry. When it comes to Damon himself, he will be the hero to carry everything. He will do the damage, especially when he has his furniture built. He will do phenomenal. He will kill pretty much everyone by himself. It is pretty much the team that you get with the setup with Damon, where he will just destroy everybody. I've been running the faction towers. I've actually been doing the world tree right now to continue getting more elite stones out of here and also more Stargazer cards. So trying to finish out Lucreta. We only have 4 there, so still quite a ways. Got a lot of faction scrolls, got some more summons here out of the Abyssal Expedition, just waiting to hit print, so very, very soon. Time for chapter 20, time for pain. Just takes time. Save for Pippa. Yeah. Pippa, again, like I said, we're saving for Pippa. I want to get more copies just because I want the bonuses that we get. So we have a copy there. We have, I believe, a couple more weeks till we get, or 26 more days till we get 4 more copies of Pippa. And then, of course, out of the merchant ship, this is what we're looking to get. Get some pole coins, get a tier stone out of there, get some emblems, hopefully get as far as getting our furniture scroll if we can get her maxed out. So we'll get 4 more copies for sure. So that'll take her to 1 star, take her to 2 stars if we can get lucky with some summons. Nope, it didn't. Not sure if the chat froze. No, it looks good. Got a little bit of lag there really quick. Took me 2 months to beat chapter 21. It takes a while depending how fast you kind of scale progression. But guys, that will do it for the live stream tonight. Thank you for joining me. 107, we're at 107 already for combat rating. We need to do a push through the chapters. We're still at 31-8. We have a lot of chapters that we can push through that are coming up. Ladder, we're still at number 6. Need to push a little bit more in the tower because of gold. The tower gives you a ton of gold. But thank you guys for joining me for the Misty Valley. We cleaned it out. It is completely done. Still got 20 days of the event left. So make sure that you hop in there. Make sure you clean out the Misty Valley because there is a crazy, crazy amount of loot to be gotten out of there. As you can see, they're not going to show it to us anymore, but tons and tons of loot from the Misty Valley. And it seems like Lilith is planning to just recycle the Misty Valley. Similar to the Abyssal Expedition, just continue to run it kind of over and over again, which is pretty interesting, but overall very, very cool to see because you do get so much loot out of there, which is good to see. So again, guys, thank you for joining me for the live stream. That will do it for tonight. We're saving up resources so we can do a couple more summons. We got a lot of stones out of here, 330 already. We have 700 rare stones. We need food. We got 20 more red chests, which are good, as well as some more tier stones there. So again, thank you guys for joining me for the live stream. Very, very cool to run through the Misty Valley again. It's going to be something that's going to be around. This is, I think, the 3rd time we've already run the Misty Valley. So it is going to be around. Good luck in the Abyssal Expedition. Make sure that you're doing this as well. Again, it gives you a ton of loot out of here and a ton of resources, diamonds, if you went for the honorable path, which is very, very cool. So almost 13,000 subscribers.